Okay. All right. Let's begin. So if you can take a look at the screen in front of you, uh, please turn to page 251, okay, in your textbook. So previously, we have learned about the sine rule, okay, and we use the sine rule, okay, for situations where we can have two angles, okay, for example this, and then the side that is opposite to the angle. So for example, if this is A and this is B, so this is side A and this is side B lah. So the sine rule tells us that A over sine angle A equals to side B panjang B over sine angle of B. Okay, and depending on the situation, if you want to find the length, then you put the length on top. Okay, if you want to find the angle, then you put the angle on top. Okay, sine A over A equals to sine B over B. The most important thing is that the pairing, okay, dia punya pasangan-pasangan ini, dia must be opposite to one another. Okay, but now the problem comes when, let's say I give you a triangle that is like this. Okay, so let's say this is A, this is B, this is C. Let's say this is 3 cm, this is 5.4 cm, and then I give you the angle over here as 37 degrees. Okay, or another situation where I only give you 3 cm, 5.4 cm, and 6.2 cm. Okay, and I ask you to find the angle of C. Find this angle. So the problem with these two situations, let's say I want you to find this side lah. Okay, find the side of A. Okay, find the length of A, or find the angle, okay, of ACB. Okay. Now in these two situations, we realize that actually we cannot use the sine rule because we don't have enough information. Okay, take a look at the triangles. Take a look at the triangles. Okay, and I want you to notice that there is not enough information for me to use the sine rule. Okay, I cannot find this side because I don't know these two angles. And in the same way, I cannot find this angle because I don't know what is the other angle. I need to have one more angle in order for me to use the sine rule. Okay, so when you have these two situations, okay, take a look at this situation. Situation number one, okay, you have two sides and the angle between the two sides. Okay, you are given two sides, this side and this side, and then the angle is between the two sides that are given. Okay, that's situation number one. Situation number two, given three sides and no angle. Okay, now in these two situations, we have to use a different rule. Okay, and this rule is called the cosine rule. Okay, this one is called the cosine rule. So let's introduce the cosine rule to you. Okay, so cosine rule, I'm going to use the same triangle that we always use. Okay, this is angle A, this is angle B, this is angle C. This is side A, side B, side C. Now, listen very carefully. Everything depends on the angle. Where is the angle? So let's say this is the angle I'm given. Okay, angle A. So the cosine rule says that side A, okay, equals to, side A squared lah. Okay, side A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2 times B times C times cos of angle A. Okay, I only want you to remember one because it is pretty much the same. Okay, if you want to find Okay, if you want to find this length, okay, if you want to find this length, okay, then you take the two side lengths over here, okay, b squared, c squared, minus 2 times b times c, cos the angle between b and c. Okay, cos the angle between b and c. Okay, so the good news is the cosine rule doesn't have what we discussed yesterday, the ambiguous situation, like two values, don't have. Okay, so that's the good news. The not so good news is the calculation is slightly more complicated. Okay, now I want you to remember, I don't want you to remember the formula. I want you to remember the pattern. Okay, remember the pattern. All you need is just one angle, two sides. Okay, in order to find this one. So for example, I give you this one. Let's say this is PQR. So we know that this is small p, this is small q, and this is small r. So this is angle P lah. Okay. So the cosine rule tells us what? We can find the value of P squared. Okay, which is opposite to the angle that is given. Okay, equals to Q squared plus R squared. Okay, this one and this one. And then the angle is angle P lah. Minus 2 times Q times R cos P. Okay, look at the pattern. Look at the pattern. Okay, I'm going to draw another triangle for you. Same concept. Okay, I'm going to call this P, Q, and R. I'm going to say this is angle 40 degrees. This is 3 cm. This is 7 cm. Okay, so I want to find side B. Okay, look at the pattern. Okay, the pattern is you are given the two sides and then the angle is in between the two sides. You want to find the other side. So P squared equals to 3 squared plus 7 squared minus 2, 3 times 7 times cos 40. Okay, times cos 40. So the most important thing is that you must know, oh, okay, if I want to use cos rule, I must have the angle and then the two sides next to the angle. I cannot use any other angle. I cannot use any other side. Okay, because angle must have two sides. Okay, then you can find this P squared. Okay, now what about the situation where you have three sides? Let's say, for example, the one that I showed you just now. Let's say this, for example, this is 3, this is 4.2, and this is 6.3. Okay, and I want to find this angle. I'm going to call this angle A. Okay, so if this is the angle that I want to find, of course I want cos A lah, bahkan. Okay, now if I want cos A, okay, take a look at the pattern. If I use angle cos P, that means my kepala must be P, the side P. And if my angle is 40, then my kepala must be, the starting point must be the P. Okay, take a look. Angle is A, so the side, the starting of your formula must start with the side that is opposite to the angle that is given. Okay, so take a look at this. This is the angle that is given, cos A. So what should be my beginning? My beginning, is it 3, is it 6.3, or is it 4.2? It is 4.2 squared. Because the angle you want to find is cos A, this one. Okay, then after that, you just put inside the formula. 4.2 squared equals to 3 squared plus 6.3 squared minus 2 times 3 times 6.3 cos A. Okay, I want you to learn to put the correct number inside the formula first. I don't want to teach you how to use the formula yet, how to calculate lah. Okay, but I just want you to learn how to use the formula. Don't need to memorize the formula. I want you to learn how to use the formula. Just chuck inside only. Okay, let's try another one. I'm going to use the same triangle. Let me change the color. Okay, I'm going to use the same triangle. Now it's 3, 6.3, and 4.2. I want to find this angle. Okay, I'm going to call this angle A again. Okay, so if I want to find the value of this angle, definitely it has to be cos A lah, at the back lah. Okay, so what is my starting point? Which side should I use as my starting point? We look at the angle. What is the opposite? It is 6.3. So we write here 6.3 squared. And then we put the rest in. 6.3 squared equals to 3 squared plus 4.2 squared minus 2 times 3 times 4.2 cos A. Okay, so to learn just like the sine rule, the cosine rule also, when you learn the pattern, how to use the formula becomes useless. You just remember the pattern. Okay, everything depends on what you want to find. Okay, and where is the angle? That is the most important thing. Sorry. Okay, that is the most important thing. Okay, let's go back to this example that I showed you just now. Okay, in this one, the first, okay, this number 1 now. I'm going to rub this off. Hold on. Okay, so the question is find the length of A. Okay, find the length of A. Now, if you want to find the length of A, okay, here is A, right? Astaga, sorry. Here is A. Ayo. Sorry. Okay, here is A, right? Okay, so if this is A, look at the angle given. It's 37. So you know that the behind is definitely cos 37. And what is the front? It is A squared. Okay, then let's put in the rest of the formula. 3 squared plus 5.4 squared minus 2 times 3 times 5.4 cos 37. Okay, now once you have done this, okay, now let's get down to calculating lah. Okay, so take out your calculator. Now, this is my suggestion so that you don't make a mistake. The first thing you must settle is this very long and complicated one. Okay, settle that one first. So you press 2 times 3 times 5.4 times cos 37, like this. Okay, 2 times, oh no, sorry. Okay, 2 times, I don't know if it's, sorry, if it's not dark enough. Okay, 2 times 3 times 5.4 times cos 37. Then you press equals. Okay, then you take about, sorry. Okay, so you get this very long number lah. Okay, so you do 3 squared plus 5.4 squared minus 25.8758. Okay, I'm going to use 4 decimal places first. Okay, now actually the 3 squared and the 5.4 squared now you can also calculate lah. So what you can do is, sorry. Okay, what you can do is you calculate it separately. Okay, so 3 squared is 9. Okay, 3 squared is 9. 5.4 squared is 29.16. Okay, so then after that you calculate this law. So 9 plus 29.16 minus 25.8758 will give you 12.2842. But be very careful with this. This is A squared. My question says find the value of A. So what do? We square root the 12.2842. Okay, and we get 3.505. 3 decimal place. Final answer 3 decimal place. Before the final answer, use 4 decimal place. Okay, cm. Okay, so actually this cosine rule is not that difficult to use lah. Okay, it's just that you need to know the pattern, number 1. And then number 2, make sure that when you calculate, calculate it very carefully. I don't suggest that you straight away 3 squared plus 5.4 squared plus you just type out everything and then kaboom, the answer will come. Because sometimes there is a possibility of you making a mistake. So do the calculation slowly. When you are a little bit more, when you are more pro, okay, at this subtopic, then you can just straight away type in the calculator lah. But I want you to learn how to do this step by step, slowly, so that you make sure that you get the correct answer. So the rule is not difficult to learn. Okay, it's just making sure that you know the pattern. Okay, so this is the answer for this question lah. Okay, now I want to do the other question, which is this number 2 question. Okay, let me rub this off. Okay, the number 2 question is find the angle of C, or find the angle of whatever this angle is lah. Okay, so find the angle of C. Okay, find the angle of ACB. This one lah. Okay, this angle. Okay. Same thing. We use the cosine rule. If this is the angle we want to find, that is the one we put first. Okay, cos C. And if this is the angle, which side do we put at the beginning? It must be the side that is opposite to the angle that is given. So this is 3 squared. Okay, 3 squared. Then you put in the rest, equals to 5.4 squared plus 6.2 squared minus 2, 5.4, 6.2. Sorry. Okay. Now, this one especially, you must be very careful. Okay. Let me tell you, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of students do is, let me show you. Okay. This is what they do. Okay, sorry, 5. Okay, 2 times 5.4 times 6.2 cos C. So what they do is they calculate the, okay, 3 squared is 9. 5.4 squared, 5.4 squared is 29.16. 6.2 squared is 38.44. Then this one, they calculate one shot, Okay lah, fine. 2 times 5.4 times 6.2. Okay, then they do 66.96 cos C. Okay, let me tell you, this is where everybody makes mistake. You know what they will do? They will 29.16 plus 38.44 minus 66.96. And then they give me this 29.16 plus 38.44 minus 66.96. And then they say 9 equals to 0.64 cos C. Okay, then I will tell you that this is wrong, 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 wrong. Okay, wrong until I want to slap somebody's face. Cannot. Okay, why cannot? How come this 3 number cannot plus and minus? Because, ladies and gentlemen, this 66.96 cos C come together one. Okay, diorang datang sama-sama. Mana boleh kamu kasih tambah dengan ini? Cannot. Okay, must follow the rules. So, what happens? What are you supposed to do? Sorry, I don't know why I'm talking like a Chinese uncle. But, yeah lah. Because I'm Chinese, so I can talk like Chinese uncle lah. Okay, so this is what you do. Pay attention, everybody. Okay, because if you make this mistake, I will definitely make you answer this question 100 times. First thing you do is you settle these two first. Okay, so 9 equals to 29.16 plus 38.44. 67.6 minus 66.96 cos C. Okay, then what you do is this one and this one, you move across. So the negative 66.96 cos C will become positive 66.96 cos C. This one will become 67.6 minus 9. Why minus 9? Because here is positive 9. Then you move across, become minus 9 lah. Okay, this one very logical. So you settle this. 67.6 minus 9 will give you 58.6. 66.96 cos C equals to 58.6. Okay, sorry, let me sambung another page. Apa itu? 66.96. Okay. Oh no, actually, you know what? I can continue. Okay, so 66.96 cos C equals to 58.6. And this one, move across, become cos C equals to 58.6 divided by 66.96. Of course, divide lah kan, because this is times what? Okay, so you calculate this, 58.6 divided by 66.96, you will get 0.8751, 4 decimal place, because not final answer yet. What does the question want? The question want the angle. This is cos of the angle. So the final step is the C, the cos you move across become shift cos 0.8751. Okay, so shift cos and shift sine we have learned already. I mean shift sine you learn, right? So shift cos is the same lah. So you press shift cos 0.8751 like this. Okay, shift cos 0.8751 and then you will get the answer 28.943. 28.943 degrees. Okay, so the good news is in cosine rule, there is no ambiguous case. Like you have to minus 180 degrees. That's yesterday's kerja. That one only for sine rule. Okay, remember this. Only for sine rule, we use the minus 180 lah. Kalau dia, you know, if it is an obtuse angle. Okay, but for cosine rule, no such thing. The answer you get, only one answer, confirm. Okay, no need to think one. Most of the time now. You cannot say 100%, but most of the time, yeah. Okay, actually, yeah, you know, 100% lah, can lah, definitely no 180 degrees. Okay, so that's the good news about using cosine rule. The not so good news is the working is a little bit longer lah. Okay, and as I said before, remember the pattern, don't remember the formula. Okay, think about where to put the number. Okay, follow the triangle. Okay, that's the most important thing. Okay, so let me see. Let's do another one. So like this lah. Okay, p squared. I'm going to do this one. Okay, this one. So p squared equals to 3 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 3 times 7 cos 40, right? Okay, so as I said before, if you do this, I prefer you to do everything step by step. So 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 49. Okay, and then this one is satu kali kamu tekan. Okay, one time you press everything. 2 times 3 times 7 times cos 40. Okay, 2 times 3 times 7 times cos 40. Actually, sometimes I wonder, I show this calculator to the camera, right? I also don't know whether you all can see. Okay, never mind. So the answer will be 32.1739, 4 decimal place. Okay, then you calculate this, you will get 9 plus 49 minus 32.1739 is 25.8261. And then what do? We square root. Okay, so we square root, we get 5.082. Okay, cm. Okay. And then of course, this final one, these two we have done before. Okay, what I want you to do is, I want you to calculate for me in the purple color and the green color, what is the value of the angle. Can you do this calculation now? Copy down this, okay, on a piece of paper, and then let's practice calculating the cos A. Okay, can you do it now and then type out your answer for me? Now, somebody else besides Ng Wei Chen and Sinbury forever Ng Wei Chen and Sinbury is typing one. Okay, Ng Wei Chen and Sinbury probably already got the answer. So somebody else, please, can you calculate this and give me the answer for cos A? Purple, how many degrees? Green, how many degrees? Okay, I give you 5 minutes to calculate this. Okay, purple, purple, the answer, actually my answer I got 34.772 degrees lah. But okay lah, can lah. Okay, about the same. Okay, try the green one, please. Or somebody tell me the answer for the green. Green color, 121.184. Okay, 121.184 degrees. Okay, so the reason why I ask you to calculate this is because I want you to notice this. Sometimes when you calculate, your answer will be an acute angle. Remember yesterday I taught you acute angle? Acute angle is less than 90 degrees. Sometimes when you calculate, your answer will be an obtuse angle. Okay, it's between 90 to 180 degrees. Okay, that's why I said that for cosine rule, right, there is no such thing as minus 180. I mean 180 minus the angle, no such thing. Because there's only one answer. It's either acute or it's obtuse. So don't be scared that after you calculate, how come the angle so big, 121 degrees? Don't worry, won't die one. Okay, because cos rule, this is the amazing thing about cos rule. You don't have to worry about, oh, want to minus 180 or not. No need. Okay, cos rule is the easiest actually. You just have to remember how to position the numbers correctly. Okay, if you want to find the angle, then a little bit more work lah. If you want to find the side like this, okay, less work lah, less calculation. But the formula, look, the rule doesn't change place one. Okay, doesn't mean that if you want to find the angle, you put the angle right in front, no such thing. Okay, always follow the rule. That's why it's called a rule. Okay, rule means you put the correct number at the correct place so that you can find the thing that you want to find. Okay, so what I want you to do is the handout that I gave to you in your group. I want you to finish doing the handout. Okay, I think how many pages is it? Hold on. Okay, it's 4 pages altogether. Okay, so 4 pages altogether. Task number 1 is all about finding the side, and then task number 2 is all about finding the angle. Okay, so please do that, and then after that, once you're done with that, I want you to do page 253. Okay, self-practice 9.5. Question number 1 all the way to question number 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Very easy lah. Okay, question number 1 all the way to question number 3. And then please hand in your homework before Thursday's class. Okay, before Thursday's class.